Hey y'all, it's Dr. Jenny from the block, and I'm back with another gem about healing. So let's jump right into your choice to not heal. As free will thinking individuals, you don't have to engage in a healing journey. And I'm not here to judge you because there are a lot of reasons why people don't choose to heal. And we'll talk about that at another time. But let's talk about what happens when you make that choice. And I think it's important to talk about this because I love a good informed consumer. And I want you to be informed about some potential consequences. So this won't be an exhaustive list. I think I'm just going to give you a couple that come to mind or some things that I've seen in my almost 10 years of therapy practice and just being a human. So I think the first one that comes up for me is not one you all would think of, but being messy. Being messy is a consequence of not healing. There's a psychological phenomenon called misery loves miserable company. I know we often hear about misery loves company, but we love miserable company when we don't heal. And that's because it is difficult for us to process and understand how people could be happy or positive or just fine, especially when we've experienced events or traumas that tell us that life isn't roses or we shouldn't be happy, etc. And so we may tend to create situations where messiness permeates because it feels familiar and it is reflective of how we feel inside. Another consequence of not healing is projection. So, how we have internalized what has happened to us, we can sometimes externalize that to other people. So, that might be us being suspicious of people being nice or not believing that people can have a happy ending. And we act in those type of ways. We might say things that come off a little bitter or just we're pessimistic. So, projection is a real thing. I think another big impact of not healing is how it influences our social relationships. We might isolate from the people we care about. We might also put a lot of pressure on them to take care of our wounds, right? You should never hurt me. You should never do these things. And if they do, our healing journey or the healing that we've done just obliterates, right? Or we might use them as emotional support people or punching bags when we're struggling, and that can create a lot of strain in our social relationships with those that we care about. And then lastly, when we choose not to heal, we get in the way of post traumatic growth. So, post traumatic growth happens when we've experienced a trauma or a difficult experience. And instead of isolating or not approaching it, we approach it to understand how it happened, how it changed us, what we've learned from this, and how do we use those lessons to build more resilience and grit and gratitude and meaning in our lives. So, like I said, this is not an exhaustive list, but I would love to hear from you all. What are some consequences that you've seen in terms of people not taking that healing journey seriously? Let me know what you think in the comments. All right, I'll catch you on the next one.